Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, welcome. My name is Jenny and this is our Houston Smith home. This morning I'm at Target. I'm seeing some other people share some Target Christmas finds in store. So I'm gonna run in here, we're gonna shop together and see what we can find. Hoping to see some Hearth Hand and Studio McGee Christmas. I've been seeing it online. I have not purchased anything yet because y'all know I love to see it in person and I love to take you along with me. So let's go in here and see what we can find. Of course, when I walk in the door, I like to just check out the dollar spot just to see what they have. I love these mugs. They were so pretty. They had the gold rim. I felt like they had a high-end look. They had a few little candles here. A lot of these little ceramic trees, and y'all gonna see me try to pick them up. They were all clanking around, and I was afraid I was gonna break one, so I don't even pick them up. But they're really cute to just have to like sit around, maybe fill in some space, or even like bathrooms, kitchen counters, little things like that. These ornaments were pretty, little bows. They had gold and silver and they were only $1. They only have one of each left and they both looked a little bit wonky. So I'm wondering if the rest of them looked better than that maybe. They had these cute little nutcrackers, green, red, and white in those. I'm seeing so many nutcrackers this year. These were cute and they were kind of weighted on the bottom so they would sit up wherever you wanted to sit them, like the houses would sit upright, and I just thought they were cute. These are cute little snow-covered houses, and then they had these ornaments, velvet ornaments. Now these were very lightweight, kind of cheap feeling. Obviously they are cheap, but I thought they would be cute maybe for like a kid's tree, or if you decorated just a small little tree, they would be cute for that. Lots of colors on those, and I love that little red bow. This whole little section over here was just full of great little stocking stuffers. You could just fix up a little basket with these or just put them in stockings. Or if you do like those shoe boxes, we do the shoe boxes at our church. Stuff like that would be great. I love the little gingerbread house doormat. And then these ceramic trees were gorgeous and they lit up. Thought those were really pretty. The little yarn trees were cute. It's got the star on top. They had some different stocking holders over here. I feel like it's so hard to film here in the dollar spot because people are always like looking over here. Like I never can find it empty, but they had lots of little pillows in different shapes. And then I saw the famous Little Debbie Christmas trees. If you like those, they are out and about. And one of my favorite things about the seasons changing and new collections coming out is looking on these back aisles for clearance. So I love to look for those yellow tags at Target. It's going to be on the back side of the aisles, and sometimes it's not even the back side of like where it would be. This was on the back side of like the bath stuff, but these wreaths, a lot of this stuff wasn't marked way down yet, but keep watching it because it will go down. Now I won't say it'll still be there if you go back, but I will say it will just keep going down more and more until they sell all of this. But I was surprised. My store actually had a lot of fall stuff still out and marked down on clearance. And keep in mind, most of the time this fall stuff can be used year-round. It's not really specific to fall. So this could be just year-round decor and you can find some really great deals. I love these little vintage inspired board games. I saw these like when they came out. They're Hearth and Hand, pretty pricey, but they were here on clearance, 2 of them. They had like 4 or 5 in the collection. I kind of wish I had the whole collection to keep in the camper, but I ended up not getting those still because they were still kind of pricey, and I only had 2, but I may watch those and just see if they go on down. Lots of candles here in some fall scents. I thought that was really pretty, that amber pumpkin. And yeah, just lots and lots to browse on the clearance aisles. So I finally made my way over, and they do have out Hearth and Hand Christmas. They did not have any Studio McGee out yet, so we will have to do a separate video on that, which works out fine because there was plenty of Hearth and Hand to share we can do a whole video on it. And if you've been following me very long, you know Joanna Gaines, Hearth Hand. It just has my heart. I always connect with her stuff. I always love it so much. I love the vintage vibes, the classic Christmas, reds and greens. Just so happy with her collection. Love these mugs. Y'all know I like to put one out on my Keurig for the different seasons. I really like that green one. Look how cute the little Santa cookies and milk platter and mug. That is so cute. And that would be something to like have in your family and pass down to your kids and grandkids. Like I feel like that would be a good little keepsake. Love those flour sack towels. I always grab some of those. They did go up $1 this year. They've always been $3.99. They are $4.99 now, but I feel like that's still a good price because they are huge. They had lots of different plates and platters. I really love this one. Now those plaid ones were like melamine, but this was actually ceramic, nice heavy. Almost got that. I ended up putting it back. I didn't get it, but I just really loved it. They always have seasonal towels. You see me kind of making a mess here, but they have a 2-pack of these dish towels. I think they're usually $10. And I really like that red and white stripe. They also had a good selection on napkins. If you do like a whole tablescape or you host an actual dinner. Listen, at my house, we have paper plates and paper napkins. But if you do actual hosting or you do like a tablescape for the holidays, they have so much. I thought that would be a great gift idea right there. It already has some towels and spatulas and things like that. They have these little bowls. They always have these every season. I thought this was pretty, and it actually surprised me. It's metal, and it's got like some of the little rubbery feet on it so it won't move. But you could use that as a charger, but also you could just use it as like a serving platter. I thought that would be pretty, like if you were serving finger foods and stuff like that. This was neat, and I thought this would be a good gift idea. If I can pick it up, I'll show you what it is. But it has like all of the cookie cutters and stuff in it, but it comes in this nice little decorative tin, and I thought that would be an awesome gift idea. And if you do like maybe a ladies' Dirty Santa. We play Dirty Santa on my side of the family, or like even at church or something like that. That would be just a really cute gift idea. I thought these stars were really pretty for tree topper. I have a hard time with tree toppers. I have a hard time getting them to actually stay on the way that they should, but I thought those were really pretty. And then these glass ornaments really caught my eye. Imagine those with the Christmas lights shining. Those would be so beautiful. I know these little letters to Santa mailboxes are always really popular. Now, these are $50, so kind of pricey, but they were super heavy duty, very nice quality. They had some really pretty ornaments here too. I feel like you could make some little keepsakes because these open. I think these open too, but those round ones opened, I'm pretty sure. Hope I'm telling you right on that. And you could maybe just put some little things in it and make your own or make little gifts with those. These bells are pretty. Those bigger ones actually had 2025 on there. So if you do ornaments like specific to each year, I know a lot of people get like a new ornament each year. That would be really cool because it already had the date on it. And then those little picture frame ones, they had a few different shapes there. I thought those were really, really pretty. And I love all of these tree skirts because y'all know I love that classic red and green and that plaid. I just love that vibe. I have some of these trees from previous years. I think they come out with these like every year. These little small ones are great to sit around like on bathroom countertops, kitchen, just like any little area that needs a little extra greenery. Great to sit there, and they're good price. These are the candles this year, the big full-size candles. I thought they're really pretty in the gold, and it's kind of like on a little pedestal. They had several different scents here, and they all smell pretty good to me. A few little bell garlands here. These are pretty to even mix in with your greenery, like on your fireplace and things like that. And then you're going to see me struggling here because I did not realize these come in a 2-pack. So you'll see me trying to get them apart, and I realized it's 2 per pack and they're bound together with a string. So they had green and they had red. It comes with a little bell on there. The bows needed some work because they were a little wonky. I'm sure it was all packaged, cramped up, but I think you could get that straightened out. But give me your ideas on those. Where would you put those? How would you put those up? They're just like little swags, little mini swags. Then, of course, they had all of their pillows. I love this one with the Christmas tree. Love all the plaid and the big chunky knit blankets, all the cozy. Give me all the cozy. I really love their pillows. I got some last year, which I'll just be reusing. They look similar to me to those plaid ones. I'll be reusing those this year. We'll get all of that out pretty soon. These were candles as well in the shape of a little bell. $8.99. Now, they're small. They're not really big. They had several scents in those as well. I did not find a scent that I just absolutely loved. I really wanted to buy one of those, but I ended up not getting one. I'm going to look online and see if they have any more scents than just what my store had. This wreath was gorgeous, and they did have lots of picks and stems, but I've got to be honest, I feel like their stems are pretty and they're full and they have a pretty look, but they do not have that real feel touch. Like, they're very plasticky. When I'm looking at them here, though, they look good, but like I was wanting that feel, more of that like drapey, rubbery almost feel. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I guess it's just what they say, real feel. I was looking for that and I wasn't finding it, so I was a little bit disappointed in their stems, and I ended up not getting any, but I may end up getting some of those cedar ones because when I'm looking back on it on camera, I actually like them. It'll look like that in those vases. So I don't know, just rambling here on my thoughts, but y'all tell me what's your favorite stems, affordable Christmas stems, because I do need some, and I'll prefer to just get some greenery that I can use all throughout the winter. Now, Hearth and Hand stockings are my favorite. I have some I've been using for several years. They're the knit ones, kind of like those ivory ones there. Love the red and the green. I feel like they have such a vintage look and a vintage feel to them. Also, with this artwork, has that vintage vibe, which I just love because y'all know I'm so into the classic Christmas. Give me all the red. Love the red in these wreaths. Now, these are mini wreaths, y'all. I see people all the time put them on like the back of their bar stools. I wish I had a big, huge island and I had like 4 bar stools. I would so get some of those and put on the back of them because I think they're so pretty. But I think I could do them on my cabinets above my stove. So thinking about that. Here's some more artwork. It still, again, has that like vintage vibe. And I love, love, love this little calendar countdown. I thought that would be so pretty to put on my office desk. But let's be honest, my office desk, you can't even see the desk. It's covered up. So I passed on that. This whole little end cap was just all like wrapping supplies. And I thought this was neat. This might even be a good gift idea. But you can put your rolls of ribbon and stuff like that in here. And then it's got that little drawer that you could store like your scissors or your tape or anything like that you need for wrapping. So I thought that was pretty cool. This little stamp set was cool. Even also gift ideas. If you have somebody that like really gets into gift giving and wrapping, and you know they have those like extravagant looking wrapped presents, which I love, this would be a good gift idea for somebody like that. That was all of the Hearth and Hand, but I thought I would go ahead and just browse the rest of the store because I was seeing a little bit of Christmas spread throughout, even though the Studio McGee wasn't out yet. These little throws, $10. My kids love stuff like this. Like, they're always covered up in a soft little cozy blanket, and these are cute to just have out and about during the Christmas season, so they can just cover up with those, but you've got a little bit of holiday cheer on your couch, just already ready for them to grab. Also, these little pillows are super cute. They're also $10. And then I did come across a few more candles. I thought this was really pretty. It was all sparkly on the outside, and I thought that was pretty. But these were gorgeous. Loved the, it looks like an ornament. Looks like mercury glass. And so they were only $12, which I didn't think was bad. They had them in the gold, and then I also found them over here on the silver. But look at all the silver ones. They're broken. Like, the top's broken off of them. So I can't say that the quality would be great on that, but I mean, you should just be sitting them around. So I'm not sure how they got broken. But also found some more blankets. These are the Sherpa lined ones. They're $15, so a little bit more expensive, but they are more plush and full. Then I found these candles. I feel like these are a big hit. I see these all the time in like TJ Maxx. You'll see them. They look like a piece of food or something, like a donut or something like that. But that sort of like this looks like cookies, and there's a muffin one, I think. But I think they're really cute. They could be super cute, especially sitting around on your kitchen counters. I really like the gingerbread house. They had a lot of stuff for the bathroom. So lots of these little hand towels, which I think these are cute. And I think you could probably even use those maybe in your kitchen. But they also had a lot of bath mats. Now, I don't ever really put anything festive like this in my bathroom. Y'all let me know. Do you tell me down in the comments? Because these little bath mats were super cute. They were only $10, but it's just not something I ever do. I might have to try that because later on I'm going to show you some more stuff that I thought was adorable. So it's kind of inspiring me to put out a little something in my bathroom. This was something new that I haven't seen, Hallmark brand stuff here at Target, and this was all like bedding. They had these pillows. I was throwing them all over the place, but they had some bedding, some pillows, and some comforter sets, and some throw blankets and things like that. And I thought they were priced pretty good. I was kind of expecting them to be pretty expensive, being the Hallmark brand, but they weren't too bad, and I thought they were just a really pretty classic Christmas vibe. Now, back to the bathroom stuff. These were some of the towels that I really liked, and I was looking for some hand towels that were made like that large towel, but I only saw just really the hand towels with the one tree on it. And then there's that blue and green, which I'm not a big fan of, but apparently that's what everybody's talking about, like this Ralph Lauren Christmas. I guess that's that style. So I did see those. I love these. I love all the little red ruffles. So this is what I was saying. I was a little bit inspired of maybe putting in my bathroom, in like the guest bathroom, because I do host Christmas here. So it's not like big or anything, but I thought that might be pretty to put out a few little things. And I just love the red trim on these in the scallops. Alright, we're back. So my store definitely didn't have any of the Studio McGee stuff out yet, but they did have lots of the Hearth and Hand, which if you've been around here very long, you know Hearth and Hand is like it for me. I always love her stuff. I was happy to be able to film that for you. I'll go back. I talked to a lady that worked there and she said that stuff should be coming out next week probably. They already had it in, they just didn't have it put out yet. So I'll be sure and go back and we'll do a whole video on the Studio McGee stuff. Hope that y'all enjoyed that, and then also seeing a little bit of the extra stuff like for bathrooms and all that kind of stuff. I only picked up a few things. I didn't buy much. I just honestly don't need it. Y'all know I don't need any more decor, but a couple of things that I always pick up are some of these little flour sack towels by Hearth and Hand. Now these used to always be $3.99. The price, like everything else, I did notice went up. They are $4.99 now, which I still feel like is a really good deal because these are huge and they just are so pretty to hang over like your stove handle, your dishwasher handle, maybe just to hang up on a hook. These are so pretty. I love like that vintage look of this one. So I picked it up, and then I just went ahead and got a plaid one. This one does have more red inside it. And so when we start decorating, I'll get that out and show it to you a little bit better. But I'll link everything that I can down in the description box. If you're looking for anything in particular and you don't see it, leave me a comment. I'll be happy to try to find it for you. And then let me show you one more thing that I grabbed. Also, if you've been around here long, you know I love to buy seasonal mugs, and I just sit them on my Keurig. I mean, I'll use them too, but also just sit them on my Keurig for decor. And I loved this one. It's green. It's just plain and simple. I love that little handle, and it almost has like a little scalloped edge here. These also went up a little bit. I think this one was $7.99. I think they're usually $6.99. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Could be $5.99, but definitely went up at least $1. But I really loved that one. I'll put it out on my Keurig. I think that contrast and that pop of green will be so pretty. And also I'll be able to use this one all winter. So not specific really to Christmas. I'll be able to use it all winter long. All right, that's it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed browsing with me at Target. Love seeing that Hearth and Hand stuff. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the collection this year. Be sure and come back next week. I do upload a new video every Friday. As soon as my store gets out that Studio McGee stuff, we'll go browse it. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.